What's up, everybody? I got to tell you, I'm excited, man. I'm a little far away from Dougie, so I'm getting a little claustrophobic. I like to be next to Dougie, but we're a little far away. But you know what? We're hanging. This is Hang with Mark and Dougie, and we got a lot of great topics, man. Some amazing topics.
A lot has happened since we've hung out last time.
Exactly, man. Exactly. And guess what? Guess what I'm doing right now? I'm getting buff. I got my arms ready. I'm doing push-ups. I'm going to fight Jake. I'm going to fight Mayweather.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to fight him. You know what? Everybody's fighting him. Everybody fights him, so I think I'm going to fight him too. I think you should fight him also.
Yeah, that would be a funny meme, like a bunch of people in line, all just trying to get in the ring with Mayweather for a few rounds. Now, did you actually see the fight?
I wouldn't waste my money. You know what? I learned my lesson with Conor McGregor. You know what? I used to love the sport of boxing. I was a boxer myself. They mockery. It's just pure mockery of it. I mean, come on. I mean, Mayweather, what are you doing? I mean, everything's for money now. Everything. Yeah. It's just between the Brooklyn, that's what they're doing and what's going on here. It's like, I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. What do you think, Doug?
Well, there was listen, the guy, to me, the guy got in the ring, went what? How many rounds they do? 6 to 8 rounds?
Oh, he didn't go 6 rounds. He was playing with him. It was a joke. It was for the money.
All right. Well,
there was one point. If you watch the fight, there was one point, and I watched it on. I didn't watch it live. I watched it for free. Okay. Well, I watched it on clips.
He's worried about whether he paid for this shit or not.
Well, yeah, I'm not paying $50 for it. Hey, listen.
So you watch the fight.
It's like going to get a hooker, and you pay her $50, you get nothing. That's the same thing. So you know what? I'll watch it for free. So I did watch 2 or 3 minutes of it. And there was one point where Mayweather hit him and he was falling down. He picked him back up. I'm like, come on. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
It was like he was going, come on, hit me.
Yeah. I mean, he could have put him out in the first minute if he wanted to. But if he did that, there wouldn't be part 2. And I think he made $150 million, Mayweather.
Yeah, but nobody's going to watch that fight again, right? And here's the real question. Will anybody ever watch any of this kid's fights again?
No.
I enjoyed someone like that.
Well, I heard Kim Kardashian is fighting Ronda Rousey next week, so we'll see how that works out.
Well, that ain't gonna go well. As long as Ronda Rousey doesn't do any more movies, I'm happy. You know what I mean? She was like, they did a female version of Roadhouse, and supposedly, she was supposed to, even Patrick Swayze was more of a man than Rousey. But so much for that. You know what was great news in the sporting world since we've hung last, Mark, is LeBron James is no longer in the playoffs.
Oh, thank God.
We don't have to see.
Hey, listen, the little respect I had for this man, when I say little, like I almost have no respect for this man, but the little I had, I lost. The guy walks off with 3 minutes left, doesn't shake anybody's hand, just walks off. I mean, what kind of punk is he? He's a punk. Jordan wouldn't do that. And you know what? It's like this really showed him what he was about. It really did. He got blown out, and he could be man enough to come out and say, you know what, we didn't play our best. He just had an excuse for everything.
Yeah, that's what it is. We win together, we lose together.
Exactly. Have sportsmanship.
Not with this guy.
That's what I miss about sports from the old days. Everybody shook. If you watch the 77, the 80 baseball, people shook each other's hands. Today, there's no sportsmanship.
Yeah, well, LeBron's a putz. Let's face it.
He is. I'm so glad he lost.
Yeah, I am too. Like I said, there's some people that you want to see win. I always fight for the underdog. I always love the underdog.
Love the underdog.
If I don't have 2 of my favorite teams or anybody's skin in the game, I go for the underdog. I really want to see the underdog win, right?
Everybody likes, who's the underdog that was with Notre Dame? Rudy. Everybody likes Rudy.
Yeah, great movie.
And everybody likes him.
The guy who was in Lord of the Rings, right? He was Sam.
Oh, yeah. I can't think of his name, but that was a great movie. But it's funny, if you see the real Rudy, they make that guy 4'3". The real Rudy was like 6'3", 250. So it wasn't like he was a little midget trying to play for Notre Dame. He was a big guy that wasn't a great football player.
Exactly. Well, I'm here in South Carolina now. I'm enjoying it. I actually had a key lime pie delivered to me from one of my new neighbors,
nice.
which was amazing. And then of course we had a little block, like all the neighbors got together and hung out in somebody's driveway. And bring your own beer, and we chilled out.
How is the whole mask thing over there?
The whole COVID
thing. The whole COVID thing. How is it?
I mean, during the week, stuff closed at 10. Kind of early.
But does everybody have to wear a mask? Is it mandatory?
No one's wearing masks. No one's wearing masks. Look,
it's open now.
Look, Fauci has been. I mean, if anybody actually wants to speak out on the credibility of this putz, please. You know what I mean? I think if anybody ever mentions Fauci in a conversation, like Fauci said, just bitch slap him. You know what I mean? Let's be done with Fauci.
I would listen to any doctor over Fauci. I mean, I don't know where he got his credentials. I don't know where he popped up all of a sudden. No one heard of this guy before. And all his information is so, it's so minute. Like nothing comes out. Like he doesn't have any new information about anything.
Yeah. And it's always like, well, what they say. Hey, here was some good news. They had the ransomware stuff, right? It seems like Russia and the other powers that be are testing the U.S. to let us know that, hey, we could shut down your oil, or we can shut down your lights. You won't get any beef. You'll all be vegetarians. That would be horrible, right? Imagine we're going to turn America into vegetarians, a bunch of pussies.
That's a very good Russian accent, by the way.
I was working on it as I was going through it.
That's not bad.
Off my heel. But you know what I'm saying? But but the ransom, right? They actually paid the Colonial Pipeline paid like a little over $4.3 million in Bitcoin, and the U.S. government announced yesterday that they were able to retrieve 2.3 million of it. So people talk about Bitcoin being it's secure. No one. U.S. government recaptured it.
Yep.
Bitcoin fell heavily yesterday, by the way.
Yes, it did.
That news? All these.
I'm afraid of it.
It's a phone.
I'm afraid of the crypto and all that. I'm afraid to touch it.
I don't want to tell anybody anything about it, but it's all a farce eventually. It's all going to be a farce. And be careful with it. But here's the thing that I was shocked. There's a few things that would shock me, like me jumping over anything. It'd be a shock.
A dime?
Like you being able to jump onto a magazine. That's about all I could do. But they in a California Supreme Court, in the state court of California, they actually reversed the ban on the AR-15.
And why shouldn't they?
Well, listen, I have one or two. You know what I'm saying?
Responsible people should be able to carry guns no matter what kind of gun it is. Well, listen, bad people will always get what they want. So I want to be protected when they have it. If they have it, I want to have it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, drugs are illegal, but you can get drugs in every street corner. So guns will always be there. So I want to be able to have my gun to protect myself from the person that has a gun.
Right.
And if you look at it, 90%, I'm not going to say exact numbers, but a very high ratio is under registered guns anyway. Bad people ain't going to, they're not going to have a registered gun in the first place.
And again, this is the thing. If it's always like that 1%. Like people are pissed at the 1%, the rich people, the elite. I'm pissed at the 1% of the people that just screw up, like the assholes with guns. You know what I mean? There's 99% of the people that store them, they keep them, they go, they have fun.
They're called criminals, by the way. They're called criminals.
Yeah, that's a good.
They have a name. They have a name.
They have a name. They're the criminals. And, and then they go shoot people. Like you guys have a lot of shootings in Miami recently. Like there's parties and all kinds of shit. Now they're saying, oh my God, it's going nuts, right? Well, listen, the 99% that those guns are put away and for a better day, don't rain on our day. No. Don't allow that criminal element to get the gun in us. So I thought there was.
But know what's funny, Doug? That California, of all places, if California, then we're safe. Guns are safe. If California's okay with it, we're all okay.
Well, one of the things they were saying that they will probably most likely see the Ninth Circuit Court, the regional, it's like a judicial court that oversees a certain area, will probably overrule that ruling.
I mean, overall, I think overall, if you ask a mass amount of people, I think people want guns. I think most people do want guns.
I want a gun.
Yeah. I bought another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says here the state Supreme Court, however, the Ninth District Court of Appeals will most likely overturn that because they're a bunch of liberal numbnuts.
They will. But there's always a small amount of but actually it's a large amount now. It's the liberals are coming out more and more.
One of the opinions by the way, the Supreme Court judge of California, is basically compared the AR-15 to a Swiss Army knife. If you look at the AR-15, its capability is just a 22 gauge, right? A 2.223 bullet comes out of it. And, aside from the decoration around it, it looks like an army weapon. I would kill a lot more people if I had a couple handguns and a few clips, I think. If I really wanted to kill people, I don't want to go walking in with an AR-15 to a building and,
Let me tell you something. If you ban AR-15s, bad people will still get them. These people are willing to risk their life and kill themselves. You think, so you know what? They're not legal now. I guess I can't have a mass shooting. Like, you know what? The mass shooting is off this weekend. Let me take it off the list because we can't get one.
Yeah,
I mean, come
on.
There
you go. Let's try to do something else. Let's have a water balloon attack. That's what's gonna. It's all about water balloons. No more water balloons.
They're too violent.
This was interesting. Besides that, Amazon. If you work at Amazon, if you actually have a job at Amazon, guess what? Puff and pass, baby.
Nice.
Pass. You know why? Because Amazon says we're no longer testing for weed.
You know what? If you could do your job, I don't care. I have an employee right now. He comes toasted every day to work. As long as he gets everything done, I don't care. I really don't care. As long as you get everything done, I don't care.
That's the guy who eats all the bubble gum, right? When you guys baseball cards, give him all the bubble gum.
This kid, sometimes I'll be honest with you, something like, dude, just one day stay off it. But I'll be honest with you, I don't have a big problem with that because most people can handle themselves, when they smoke. Most people can.
Yeah.
Some people can do better. Look at Ricky Williams. He ran for 1,600 yards, was high as a kite every day.
Yeah, exactly. Remember he
stopped smoking weed. He sucked.
Yeah, he sat next to Kaepernick.
Exactly.
Those two. So that's great. No more. But you imagine all the people that are like trying to hide a test. Like I've done that. Like everybody worries about this stuff you can get. All you got to do is drink like 15 gallons of water.
They used to have a test for that. I forget what it was, but there was like a test you could drink, something nasty you would drink, and it would clean out your body for, I think, within 24 hours.
All the head shops would give you this thing, which would basically you drink it with a bunch of water, and you would drain you would just, you turn into a fire hydrant, for a few hours.
But the thing about it is, in the next 2 or 3 years, every place is going to be legal anyway. So why? I always thought it was stupid that you could put somebody in jail in Florida for a crime, and then in Colorado, you could do whatever you want. You could smoke one in front of a cop.
You think it'll become federally legal like it is in Canada? The entire country, just make it legal?
I actually think it will be at one point.
Yeah. Well,
I always said if I was the president of the United States.
That's real Nostradamus of you.
I would legalize prostitution. I would legalize marijuana, and I would legalize gambling. I mean, I'll run for president. I'll get elected. Those three things, we tax the hell out of it. We tax the hell out of it, and we wouldn't be in any kind of, we'd have no problems.
That sounds good. Vote for Mark.
We have it anyway. Think about it. We have gambling everywhere. We have prostitutions. Every massage parlor is a prostitution. You don't go there and get a massage. Who goes there? Okay, you just do my neck and maybe get my little lower back. I mean, come on. I mean, you go in there, you're getting a handy.
But sometimes the massage, especially the Asian ones, are great. They're some of us go there for the real.
It always ends up bad. It starts out as a massage, but time you flip over, you're done.
No, listen. Some of the more professional ones will do their job, and then you feel great, and then and you always get that little tickle underneath when you're on your stomach, and they're like, "Oh, I guess this is get you excited."
Well, you know which ones are which because first of all, if it's open after 9 o'clock at night. It's that, or if you have to knock on 3 windows and there's a code Oreo cookie, you have to say some special code to get in there. It might be one. My girlfriend, actually, we went to get a massage the other day, and I said, honey, I don't think you want me to get a massage at this massage parlor. I said, I just don't think. She goes, no, I think it's okay. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. They're picking out a curtain. I'll go in. I mean, that's up to you.
Would you get a sensual massage with your girl and you, like some girl massage you both?
I don't think I could do it, man. I feel uncomfortable.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, on my birthday, my 50th birthday. I mean, she'll kill me for saying this, but we went to Spearmint Rhino in Vegas, and we had like 30 people. It was a big party. Everybody came down, and everybody was buying me a lap dance. So she's like, you having fun? I'm like, not so much. You're right next to me. How much fun can I have? So she's like, okay, go in the back room for one dance. I'm like, oh, okay, give me a little privacy.
My old lady would come with me. That was the exciting part. Yeah, for a while there, she would come and then we'd hang out. And honey, wear a skirt with no underwear. That's a great way to go to the strip club. Well, that's fun. Glad we cleared that up. Speaking
I can only say so much.
Yeah, man. But you know what? I mean, listen, strip. I mean, that's for amateurs. You know what I mean? And then,
by the way, Doug, the strip clubs are open.
Are they?
They're all 100% capacity.
Well,
so that's the most important thing. That's the one thing in COVID that was the most important to open up. Those poor girls had to make a living. They had to make a living.
Yeah, those they all turned into. They ought to go work at Publix and become cashiers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm saying that was important.
I mean, I knew this girl at Publix, the cashier was a stripper one time because I gave her $100 bill for a gallon of milk and she kept it. I'm like, where's my tip? She goes, oh, I thought that was a tip. Okay, it doesn't work that way in Publix, baby. No tips, by the way. If you ever worked at Publix as a bag boy, you can never accept tips.
Never. I used to hide them for the people, but I always hit them. I always hit a $5 bill underneath I always took care of people.
Yeah, you tipped them?
I always did.
Yeah, every once in a while they try to do it and you feel like trying to see if anybody's looking. Here was a good story. Now this is interesting because Meghan Markle and Harry have had a new child. That's the former Prince of England.
Where are they living now, by the way?
I think they're living in Liberty City. I think they
left the palace. I mean, who leaves a palace?
Yeah, well, they felt that they'd be better on their own than dealing with the royal family. But the Duchess Meghan and Princess Harry welcomed their second child Friday, Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital in California. So that gives you your answer. According to the press, the release it was a great day, blah, blah, blah. Welcomed their daughter, Lily Diana Mountbatten.
What the?
Windsor. Mountbatten.
What does that mean? Who comes up with that? How'd you come up with that?
I mean, only an English person would come up with Mountbatten. You know what I mean? She's probably gonna be an ugly woman now.
Oh, God.
I mean, Mountbatten. What does Mountbatten mean? Oh, I like to take it in the mouth. Mouth. I'm a glory, born for a glory hole. A little bit, Lily Diana Mountbatten, Windsor.
She's going to get cramps writing for her checks. She's going to sign a check and she's going to get hand cramps.
It'd be very
a lot of words.
It's almost like my email address. It's too long. I got to just make it simple. Yeah. How do you sign a check? Okay, hold on a second. Do you need a check for $15? I'm sorry, 15 pounds. We're in England. I'll sign it little. Diana Mountbatten, Windsor.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
What a fucking name.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. And your boy Biden, it was a little while ago, but Biden couldn't keep his mouth shut about 11-year-old with ponytails.
I'll tell you what, man. I don't know how this man got this far. I mean, he can't help himself. Listen. I'm going to say it outright, and I know we're going to have problems with this, but I don't really care.
All right.
Listen. I'm going to say it.
We're going to get canceled now.
No, but think about this. No other man can say what he said. He's either has dementia or senile or he's a pedophile. Listen, no normal person, I'm going to say it, no normal person says of an 11-year-old girl, oh, look at her. They don't say things like that. Nobody says, I like little kids jumping on my lap. Nobody says they touch my hair. You're either senile or you don't know where you're at or there's something wrong with you.
Or he likes to.
He got away with it.
Yeah, he was like, look at that girl over there. Look at her.
Can you imagine?
Look at that girl over there, the ponytails, and ooh, she looks like a 19-year-old.
He is. Oh, he's creepy, man. But can you imagine if this was said by somebody on the other side? Can you imagine Mr. Pence saying, oh, look at that girl with the ponytails, I can knock her up. Can you imagine somebody else on the other side saying that? Oh, my God, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, staying on the left side, AOC, we all love her because she's so brilliant. People say, yeah, look where she went in college. When somebody tells me where somebody went to college and how they graduated, that's like, that doesn't prove shit.
Well, she went to Hooters after that, so how good that work?
Exactly. She interned on the fry line at Hooters. We just got to keep your eyes a little shut and keep that mouth, that grill, keep it shut.
But just goes to show you in America, you can be whatever you want to be.
That's right. Good for us. And but she actually said that there'll be less crime if we just built more prisons or less prisons. Sorry, there'd be less crime. In other words,
how does that work?
The goal of the villain or the criminals, we said the 1%, their goal is to go out there and commit crimes, and then all of a sudden, you know what? I know I got a place to stay. So I'm going to do it. But if there was no place to stay, what are they going to do? They're going to probably kill me. Uh-oh.
You know what the crazy thing is, Doug? I went to Target. I used to have a store in the Coral Ridge Mall, but I went to Target that day and I was talking to the guy and he says they have so much loss there. And I'm like, well, why? They said, we're not allowed to stop anybody that steals something that steals under $500. Now, how dumb is this? Someone could walk out with a $300 dress and they can't even stop them.
That's
because they said they want to get the police involved.
I'm going to get my list prepared. I'm going to get about 45 concert T-shirts.
Yeah.
Just walk out with them. It's only
if you do it. Hey, if you do it, Doug, it's a little different than what you might get arrested.
SWAT team will come and get us. I don't know how we're doing on time because I'm just having so much fun.
No, man, let's talk.
We're so glad to be back. But what else do we have? By the way, Jeff Bezos, head of Amazon, the one that said, "Go ahead and get high, everybody. No more testing." By the way, he's also stepping down as the CEO of Amazon. He'll still be on the executive chair of the company, but he will no longer be the CEO. He put some other putts involved to get it. How would you like that? How would you like to be handed over the reins of Amazon?
I'll sign up right now.
Yeah, you're gonna. Can you imagine how much?
I'll sign up right now.
How much you have to do?
Yeah, okay. I'm sure there's a lot you have to do, but I'm sure there's a chain of command that follows it. The people on top don't do anything. It's everybody in between that does everything.
It's funny that you said on top, because guess where Jeff Bezos is going, Mark?
Where is he going?
He's going to the moon.
Is he?
Yes.
Nice. Hopefully he doesn't come back.
With the Blue Horizon rocket ship that looks like a big dildo flying through the air. Jeff Bezos will be on July 20th.
And he's personally getting on the ship.
Yep, he'll be on the ship, and he's not taking his wife. And that's been a while. You know what I mean? But can you now?
Let me ask you a question. Would you go on the moon, Doug?
Would I go to the moon? No, I don't want to go. I don't even like getting up to get
no
the
desire. I don't want to go to Del Rey.
Yeah, is there Starbucks? Can we stop for
no desire to go to the moon. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I mean, what are we going to go to the park? Where are we going to?
Exactly. Hey, that's the longest trip to go. It's like going to Sarasota. You get in the car for 5 hours. You have nothing. You see nothing.
Yeah. What do you do? God, I remember the old days. We used to go to like a 2-hour trip from Florida to go to Orlando or something like that. We'd get those wax figurines in the turnpike stop.
Oh, and you put a quarter in the thing. Yeah, Crandon Park had them. Yeah,
like a wax mold. It would be a dolphin or it'd be an alligator and shit. You don't get that when you go to Sarasota. You don't get shit. Okay,
and you're not going to get that in the moon either.
You're not going to get any of those. There's no mold at the moon. You make it. There's supposed to be some blue cheese or green cheese.
If they made it like south of the border, and as you're going to the moon, you've seen all these signs saying you're 8 million miles away. It'd be kind of cool. You have like all these signs on the way because remember when you went to south of the border, there's like 100 signs.
Yeah, only 20 more miles south of the border.
Only 2,000 solar years get there.
Yeah. I used to love that. That's where you get fire. So in other words, I would go to the moon if you can stop somewhere in between and get some fireworks.
Yeah, stop at Mars, Uranus, or something. I don't know what's close to the moon. I think Uranus is pretty far away, but whatever. Yeah, there's got to be something on the way.
All right, we're going to drive from Miami to Orlando. What we're going to do is we're going to make a left and we're going to head over to Alaska, and make our way back. But yeah, man, I don't know,
But all these celebrities want to do this. I think one of the NSYNC guys wanted to go to the moon, Lance Bass or something. I don't know. Really? They all want to go to the moon.
It's
not there.
Yeah, it's not like there's no Denny's, there's no there's no mall,
there's no massage parlors, there's no Asian massage parlors on the moon. I guarantee you that.
Although China may have up there at the moment on the moon. So I don't know if somebody paid like $2.5 million per like something they're bidding for a spot to go.
No desire, man.
But the big thing was because, Jeff Bezos is in competition with Elon Musk, to be the most brilliant, richest people in the world.
Yep.
Elon Musk
doing a lot of things.
Yeah, but Elon, he's Tesla.
Didn't he send the car to space? Did he put like a Tesla and he sent it to out of space?
Yeah, they put a mannequin in there dressed like an astronaut, and they sent a Tesla through space.
And why couldn't they put a 91 Chevy or something? Why do they have to put such an expensive car? Just to see if it gets there. What's the difference?
Yeah, let's not send a Tesla. Let's send an AMC Pacer.
I had an AMC Pacer growing up.
I think I remember that car.
I had a 76 Pacer, man. You can see your feet.
The AMC Pacer, you look like Tupperware upside down.
Oh, you can actually see your feet when you're driving. The windows are like Sea Aquarium. They had these big windows. You can see your feet. That was terrible. I got picked on. That's the only thing I got picked on my whole life with my car.
Could you imagine being the designer of the AMC Pacer? Hey, boss, I got this great idea. Forget the Corvette. Forget all these other fancy the Firebird. I have a car that it starts like this. And it just
ugliest car in the world.
Down. Well, no, let's look at that because now that we think about it, we'll close the show with this. The ugliest car in the world. When I was in high school, I dated a girl who drove an AMC Gremlin.
Gremlin. Oh, they were green. They were puke green. They're all puke green.
Yeah, they were like, who decided? Listen, first of all, we wanted the guy who designed the car to be the first one to come up with the color choices. Yeah. Because green, lime green. I'm amazed at some of the colors people buy in their car. I want shit brown. Can I get it in shit brown? It's amazing.
The funny thing about the 76 Pacer, because I had one, and you remember we were kids. Not that we were bad kids, we were mischievous kids,
Yeah.
And we would drive around in front of a mailbox. Wherever we think we're idiots, but that car would never have a dent. You could run over another truck, and they just didn't get dented. They were like army tanks. You couldn't dent them.
The AMC Pacer is like one of those bubbles. You just press it.
Yep, exactly. Covers you.
Now, it'd always be weird if the AMC Pacer, which looked like a dome, hit a Gremlin, because a Gremlin was like it was like a triangle, right? Remember, it was like a triangle, and then so that was an ugly car.
If you weighed over 100 pounds, you were done. You couldn't get in that car.
Oh my God, that girl's Gremlin. She was hot. I remember she was taller, and she went to a different school, so I didn't have to worry about anybody seeing me with her. And but she was tall, curly hair, but she was like one of those hippie chicks. Like she was a senior, and I think it was a junior or whatever. But the car always smelled like gas. You know what I mean?
Who had a nice car? Did you have a nice car, Doug, in high school?
Oh man, I had a Buick Skylark station wagon.
No one had a nice car, man. If you had a nice car, man, you had great parents, man.
Yeah.
Mike, I had always had crappy cars in high school. Always crappy cars.
Remember that guy in our high school had that white Chevy Chevelle that was badass with the black stripes?
I do. I don't remember who had that, but I do remember that car.
Yeah, that was a badass car. But ugly cars like now, the ugly car like the Nissan Cube. They stopped making the Nissan Cube. You ever see that thing on the road?
No, I never seen the Nissan Cube. No,
the Nissan Cube has actually had the most effective anti-theft device ever.
Because it's so ugly, no one buys it.
You didn't have to have locks with the car.
Hey, do you remember the low jack? That little low jack was your device.
Yeah, and I actually got pissed because one time when I got a car stolen, they stole one of my 4Runners. It had low jack. I'm like, thinking I don't have to make any more payments.
Exactly.
But then, like, no, we got it back. I'm like, shit.
No, we got it back. It's right here in your house.
Yeah, it was in your.
Are you sure that's mine? I don't think it's mine.
I knew
that's funny.
I knew this person. There was this one girl years ago. She got rich because one of her parents died or something, or my aunt. And she was like, I never liked her. She like always flirted with me. He's like, oh, I just inherited like $2 million from my aunt. Don't you wish you were going out with me? Like, nah, that didn't cut it. And then, but she ended up. I found out. Like I ran into her a few years after. She ended up getting caught with insurance fraud. Because with all that money, she bought some Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Remember those ugly?
Yeah.
They're like race cars, but they're
little tiny cars.
They were like the Chrysler. They were a piece of shit. I mean, Mitsubishi. Yeah. You don't buy a Mitsubishi. I don't care.
I don't think they make them anymore, do they?
No, they don't because they're all fucking people. There are people that go, I'm not fixing this fucking thing anymore. Mitsubishi, you might as well buy a Saab. You fucking Saab, a Swedish car designed by an airplane maker. Piece of shit. But I forgot what I was talking about.
But if you go try and get parts for that car, forget about it. It's $1 billion. Windshield wiper is like $900.
Yeah, the Saab. I had the Volvo. the left front the light didn't work. The headlight, $2,500.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. You replace the car for that price.
Yeah. So there's no more Nissan Cube. They stopped making those. Remember the Pontiac Aztek? Remember that
Pontiac
SUV
Aztek.
that looked like a miniature mobile?
Oh, yes. Oh, those were ugly. I do remember that.
Looked like a circus wagon.
But when you were a kid, when you forgot your license, you didn't care what you had, man. I just wanted freedom. When I got my 76 Pacer, it might have been a Phantom Rolls Royce. I was just happy to get out of the house, man. I was like, yeah. Nobody cares.
Yeah. If you were lucky, you'd get some fancy rims. We were talking about Ben. Remember Ben with the green Comet and the big mag rims he had?
Oh, yeah.
I'm blanking on his name. Any rate, that's all we have time for, I think. What do you think, dude?
I think it was great, man. It's great seeing you. It's great seeing everybody. Let me tell you, man, I love doing this. This is great. If you get a chance, go see Doug. Where are you going to be next, Doug?
I'm going to be at the Abbeville Opera House this Friday night, opening for Donnie Baker, and then the Newton Performing Arts Center in Newton, North Carolina, opening for Donnie Baker. So
you find a lot of gigs in North Carolina, it looks like.
Yeah, it's good,
you always
man.
Had them, but...
Yeah, but I was always worried if I was going to work, but people know me here, and like, oh man, coming, so it's been great. It's been fantastic. Awesome. Love South Carolina. Next thing you know, I'm going to be talking like this. Hey, everybody.
Have a little twang.
Hey, everybody. I'm a Confederate flag.
Hey, next time I see you, can have overalls with no T-shirt on. You have these overalls with no T-shirt on and a little piece of straw out of your mouth.
I'm going to be banging my cousin. Jeez,
hey, this is my cousin and my wife.
Yeah.
Hey, and me. And me, man, I'm doing what I always do, man. I'm doing sports. I love it. If you have anything, I'm at 418 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. If you have anything, bring it to me. I'll buy it. Or if you just have a couple of questions on what something's worth, give me a call.
Yeah. What's this worth?
That wasn't very nice.
I'm not to you. I was talking to that guy. That guy listening on his phone. At any rate. Well, this has been fun. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying this, by the way. Yes. But you got to share, because we do these clips a minute with the show. We find funny clips from the show. Share it with your friends to introduce the show and the TikTok. You got to share everything on TikTok on your thing. And
more people, the better we do, man. We're like circus animals, like seals. You know, you get more people around us, we do more tricks.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to come up with a whole new show.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe who knows?
And we'll be back. By the way, I'm going to be back in the studio. We'll be back in the studio together in July 4th week, whatever that is. That Tuesday, that Wednesday or Tuesday that week. July 2nd, we'll be in the studio. Tell Dennis I'll be home. And I'll be coming back to Florida, everybody. Going to be at the
Let's do it, man.
We're going on Wednesday.
Hey, get ready for the new Mayweather fight, man. Next time you see me, I'm going to be doing one-arm push-ups. I'm ready. I got to get paid.
Mark and I are going to tag team him. That's it. That's going to be the tag of the show. Mark,
the 55-year-old is going to go against Mayweather next.
Mark and Dougie are going to tag team Mayweather.
It didn't sound right.
Yes. Well, anyway, Chris, we're ready to go, my friend. We want to thank everybody for watching.
Yes.
Check us out, and please spread the word.
Peace out, everybody.
If you had a good time, all right?